The Wisdom Box is a community-based tool. It can be used to help examine problems and involve all people in the community. The process examines the realities and interconnectedness of community development issues. The Wisdom Box focuses on 4 areas: economy, culture, well-being, and the environment, to teach students, teachers, and citizens how to think about issues in their communities from different perspectives. This tool will also be able to identify connections between problems. There are 5 steps to implement the Wisdom Box tool. 1. Prepare youth and coordinate with communities. 2. Study communities. 3. Compile information on the conditions of communities. 4. Present and analyse the conditions and problems together with community members. And 5. Keep records of all collected information. It is a useful tool for promoting ESD and creating an ESD community, as it focuses on balanced development, encourages community participation, engages the whole community in experiential and real-life learning tasks, and teaches valuable critical thinking skill. This year, over 50 teachers have been trained to facilitate the Wisdom Box tool. While children are at the centre of the Wisdom Box activities, teachers have an important role to play to keep students on track while giving them adequate space to develop and grow. They also must know how to effectively engage and cooperate with community members. The training for teachers is in line with ESD values. The teachers are developed holistically using the head, heart, and hand model. They experience the Wisdom Box for themselves by engaging in a community study over a few days. As a participant, they will gain a student's perspective of the Wisdom Box experience and be able to answer potential questions that may arise when leading their own students. To prepare youth for this learning experience, teachers should help them understand the importance of community study by asking them to draw their dream community. Students start to think about what a community is made up of. Then the youth undertake a baseline survey of communities. In the baseline survey, students can get basic data of the community. For example, population, interesting locations, or industries in the community. After the baseline survey, students are divided into 5 groups: economy, environment, culture, happiness and well-being, and mapping. In each group, they start making questions for the field survey by using data from the baseline survey. After identifying questions, students share with other groups and get feedback. The participants will go to the community members to survey the conditions and problems within the community. The purpose of this step is to gauge the reality of issues in the community and involve all community members in the process. It also makes them aware that the school is undertaking this activity in the community. By walking around the village and conducting interviews, participants can observe the real-life situation and gain valuable skills from learning outside the classroom. Students do the survey by using questions they made up in Step 1. For instance, what are the natural components of the village? What is the difference between the past and present conditions? Why is that so? During this step, the participants will use their skills to solve the problems while interviewing the villagers in order to get real and accurate information. Meanwhile, together with the village chief, the participants will make a community map using Google Earth by identifying the boundaries and important areas such as natural resources and cultural sites. Each group returns to the school to analyse the problems from each area in depth using the thinking tool what, how, and why. What means what are the problems? How means how did the problems occur? And what do they look like? Why means why did they happen? This step is a valuable lesson in thinking critically. By using the framework of what, why, and how, participants have an opportunity to practice thinking more deeply and analysing why and how problems occur. The mapping group will put information of the background of the village together and draw a map based on data provided by the village chief. Teachers help each group identify the top 3 problems in each area: economy, environment, culture, and well-being. Before presenting the results to the community, students practice their presentation amongst themselves. The youth will present the compiled information to community members and will have an opportunity to have some feedback from adults. To analyse and prioritise the problems is an important stage in solving problems. The youth are asked to make a square representing the 4 areas: economy, culture, well-being, and environment. Each side includes the 3 main problems from the previous step. Adults and students are asked the questions: is this problem linked to other problems? Do they impact each other? How? When one problem is selected, the teachers will ask if the problem is addressed. What will be its effect on other issues and why? The process keeps repeating. Each pair of problems will be linked with string. By identifying connections between problems and representing this visually with the strings, everyone can see linkages between the problems according to the 4 dimensions. The participants must explain the reasons why they chose to link certain problems together, building critical justification and thinking skills. The problem analysis using strings helps the participants to consider the outcomes of proposed solutions. The villagers taking part in the process will help them realise the real conditions of where they live. After that, the youth count the number of strings attached to each area and prioritise them. The 3 problems with the most strings will be considered as the most urgent problems to be solved. At this stage, community members are given an opportunity to discuss, share ideas, and understand the problems. Then they can formulate solutions together. For this step, all collected information will be used for developing a book on community information, either as cartoons or books of Indigenous knowledge. This is the final step of the Wisdom Box, but it's not the final stage of the learning process. Through the problem prioritisation, all community members, women, men, elderly and youth, must participate in the planning for the betterment of their communities based on the collected information and their needs. The whole process of the Wisdom Box creates a learning opportunity for the participants. They learn how to analyse and prioritise problems, as well as how to solve the problems in connection to the 4 dimensions of development. This will make their communities better places and enable them to become learning centres. In every step, the participants need to be prepared and trained in various skills before doing practical work. Otherwise, the operation of each step will not succeed according to its objective. This tool provides a valuable opportunity for all involved to participate in inquiry-based experiential learning. Also, this activity encourages critical thinking skill development and fosters the skills required to nurture compassion. In summary, the Wisdom Box is a tool which supports the development of a sustainable future through education. In this activity, we nurtured students' head, improving thinking skills, analysing skills, and knowledge of communities and problems where they live. Heart, morals and compassion, and a sense of caring for community members. Hand, practical skills for collecting data, interviewing, and learning outside the classroom. Balanced development, working to attain sustainable community development by harmonising the 4 dimensions of development and raising students' awareness of these dimensions. Engaging home, school, and community, and practicing being an ESD community.